How you doing, brah? It's been way too long for this to be acceptable, which will become a little bit more relevant in a second, but nonetheless, it's another 4 serious video drop, which should have been weekly, but again, not the point. As you'll notice, this gameplay started a little bit late. It's because I didn't realize I was going to be doing well until I got about 17 kills in, and then started getting shit on a little bit, but it's all good. This is one of the last gameplays I got with my shitty 400 DPI mouse. Got my new one. I've been capturing a bunch of live commentary gameplays. Sort of a road to re-aim, if you will. As it has been a bit of a trek, as my old mouse tracks slow, my old good mouse, if you will, tracks slower than this new excellent mouse. It's been a bit of a trek to get back to the point where I can actually cap assholes without really having to worry about aim. But I'm getting there. At this point, I'm nearly... No, I'm not even close to where I was. I haven't been playing as much as I would need to get back to that level. But aside the point, today's 4 serious drop is on the topic of acceptability. And I'm going to open up with an anecdote, and I'm sure many of you have had a similar experience. In 5th grade, I remember being waiting. I remember waiting for a bus for a field trip. I was standing on the sidewalk with the rest of my classmates, and just for kicks, as the bus driver was coming up, I waved at the bus driver and was like, "Yo!" And one of my classmates looked at me and went, "You're not cool," as if they were not okay with what I just did. And I mean, they clearly weren't, but at the moment I was just like, whatever, this bitch needs to shut the hell up, and I just ignored her and went about my business, chuckling with my friends. But thinking back, and this hit me a few years after, I'm not just reminiscing now, becoming aggravated about 5th grade shenanigans. That'd be a little awful. But what hit me was it was almost as if she was setting the bar for what was acceptable for me to do, if you will. And there's a difference between acceptability and unacceptability, and just beyond the whole contrasting definitions of the two. Let's say, for instance, for example, some dude who weighs 350 decides to put on a tutu, pink bunny slippers, and strap a flamingo to his head, and just go dancing down the street. Is this hurting anyone? Is it offending people? Potentially, but is it negatively impacting anyone physically? Is it endangering the welfare of anyone? No. Then what's the issue? It's perfectly acceptable for him to go about doing that. There's nothing wrong with it. Now, let's say he whips out a Glock and starts capping assholes. That's when we start having an issue. That's when it becomes unacceptable. Do you see what I mean? There's a difference. And a lot of this stems in nature just from people's moral standards. And a lot of this stems, if you're going to branch even farther back, or just trace the problem to the root, if you will. Forgive my scatterbrainedness, if you will. Just from potentially religion. It could be their upbringing, but I'm not going to delve into that, and that'll be another topic for another day. But it just stems from their moral standards. And a lot of this is just people not willing to set their pride aside. There's no reason for any of this bullshit. Like, for instance, Westboro Baptist Church, and this is a bit of an extreme, quite a bit of an extreme, so don't jump all up over my business. Although if you wanted to, I would not be opposed. A little action on the side. But anyway, Westboro Baptist Church, they picket anything that they're not okay with. For instance, if a soldier, for biggest example you're probably all aware of, they picket the funerals of dead soldiers, particularly homosexual soldiers, and there's no issue with someone being gay. There is nothing wrong with that. Am I gay? No. Am I at all interested in that? Wow, what the fuck was I doing? Clearly I was paying attention. Now, to be fair, guys, I think I got this gameplay at about 5:30 in the morning after getting up at 5:30 that morning to go to work. So my awareness was not super awesome, no, nor was my aim. Coupled with the fact that I was using a shitty mouse, and it's like I'm copying excuses for anything. Like, seriously, I should have capped that guy. But again, aside the point. Back on topic, I'm not gay. I'm not interested in that lifestyle. But does it negatively impact me? No. Am I for gay marriage? I feel like if you're in love with someone, you should be able to express that however you see fit, given it doesn't harm the person or negatively impact them, because that would be unacceptable. See where I'm going with this? You feeling me, bro? I mean, if you wanted to feel me, that'd be a little homo, but, you know, I love you, so I might be willing to cross that bridge. But anyway, not the point. I guess we're running out of time, so I guess that'll be it for this week. I think next week we're going to go, I think we'll talk a bit more about pride and religion. I know it's going to be a bit touchy, could result in a bit of a touchiness. But, oh well, I'm going to start dropping live comms once or twice a week. Should be sexy fun times. But until then, you sexy bros, I'm just going to let this gameplay wrap up. I will see you next time.